This presentation is designed to provide information regarding the potential dangers from distracted driving. Much of the material and statistics have been compiled from the National Safety Council and other national agencies. Does anyone know what's the leading cause of fatalities for the working class in the USA today? Well, it's vehicular accidents, and it's usually from traveling to and from work.
Are you okay? Oh, God. It's okay. Oh, my leg hurts. It's okay. I need... Get my kid. Like, get him out. My leg hurts.
Okay, just sit still. I know, okay. Come here. I got him, man. Okay?
Thank you.
Due to its geography, increasing population, and thriving tourism industry, the state of Florida consistently ranks as one of the highest traffic fatality states in the nation. The Des Moines Group and Asphalt Group have approximately 240 vehicles on the road at any given time. And we live in a very unique state because we have a high concentration of people on both coasts, with not much in the middle. What makes it worse? 1 in 4 of the drivers in Florida are uninsured, which is the worst in the U.S. We also have the highest number of drivers receiving a DUI in our state. We have the most fatalities in miles driven, and the worst amount of fatalities during winter, primarily due to the snowbirds being down here. And lastly, we also have the 11th highest rate of traffic-related tickets per state. In Florida, there are approximately 3,500 crash fatalities each year. In 2023, there were 3,529 deaths from traffic crashes alone. Florida is ranked 3rd in the U.S. for fatalities, making it one of the most dangerous states for drivers. While California and Texas are also reporting high numbers of fatal accidents, Florida's unique challenges, such as its dense population, heavy tourism, contribute to its position as the 3rd most dangerous state for drivers. Just take a look at the amount of drivers. In Florida, statewide, 18,580,000 drivers. Broward County, 1.5 million. Palm Beach, 1.139. Miami-Dade, 2.079. Orange County, 1,142,000 drivers. Keep in mind that these numbers don't include the snowbirds or the population of tourism that Orange County typically has around the Disney and all of those typical places that the tourists like to go around Orange County areas. Let's talk some traffic crash facts. Statistically, the majority of crashes fall into these 4 categories. The first 3 are obvious and can actually all be related. Speeding, the faster you're going, the harder it is to make cognitive, effective, and safe decisions. Our brains have a limit of how fast they can effectively process information. Remember that the faster you go, the harder it is to react to something. Then you have aggressive driving. Aggressive driving leads to road rage. Aggressive driving has many meanings, such as tailgating, excessive lane changes without signal, improper passing, that's a big one, following too close. Believe me, these are attorneys' favorite lawsuits, following too closely. They bring the highest dollars, easiest injury claims to overinflate, such as back and neck injuries. They always claim pure negligence, and you end up being 100% liable, not to mention the traffic ticket and points you get. Then you have distracted driving. There are so many distractions inside and outside of the vehicle. Think about that last time that you're on the phone and you missed your exit. Your brain can only do so many things while you're distracted. Intersections and turning left in front of or across traffic, Florida leads the nation at 5.19 accidents per 100,000 residents. Experts cite several factors contributing to Florida's high rate of intersection crashes, including heavy traffic congestion, distracted driving, and high-speed urban railways. The state's growing population and influx of tourists also add to the challenges on the road. At intersections, drivers often speed, get distracted, or misjudge gaps while turning. Pedestrians and cyclists are especially at risk as they share space with vehicles moving in multiple directions. Motorists can prevent accidents by staying focused, reducing distractions, and practicing defensive driving at intersections. Let's talk roundabouts. Roundabouts were introduced around the year 2000. Now there are thousands of them everywhere. In Florida, roundabouts are circular intersections that improve traffic flow and reduce crashes by slowing vehicle speeds and providing drivers with more time to react. They operate on a counterclockwise, one-way system where drivers yield to traffic already in the roundabout. The easiest way to navigate: approach by slowing down, prepare to yield as you approach the roundabout. Then you enter. Simply yield to traffic already in the roundabout and enter when there is a safe gap. Stay in your lane and maintain a consistent speed while circulating counterclockwise. You exit by simply using your right turn signal to indicate your exit lane and yield to pedestrians or cyclists that are in the roundabout. Diverging diamond interchanges. These crazy looking intersections actually started in Versailles, France in the 1970s. The first diverging diamond interchange in the United States was built in Springfield, Missouri in 2009. The first DDI in Florida actually opened in 2017 at the Sarasota-Manatee County line at I-75 and University Parkway. To this day, it's still one of the busiest in the U.S. So what is a diverging diamond interchange? They use a crossover at each intersection, allowing traffic to switch sides of the road before merging onto or exiting the interstate. This eliminates the need for left turns, reducing conflict points and potentially decreasing crashes. The benefits of that are eliminating left turns. DDIs decrease the number of potential collision points, which increases capacity by reducing congestion and improving the efficiency of turning movements. DDIs are designed to be safer by minimizing the need for left turns, and in doing so reduces the number of conflict points, streamlining traffic flow and reducing the time spent at traffic signals. Do you know what the what if game is? What if a car in front of me suddenly stops? Or a car alongside of me comes into my lane? What if the car pulls out in front of me? Having a clear space in front for reaction time is super important. The old rule was a 2-second following distance and has since been increased to 3 seconds. The idea is to try to keep the space in front of you clear. That 3-second following distance will always get decreased by the cars that pull in front of you, but simply increase your distance to maintain it and continue to extend it as you travel along. The best way to prevent rear-ending incidents is to have ample space in front of you to give you time to react when that person in front of you suddenly slams on the brakes. Always create a safety zone and a way out if need be. A good example is what happens when it's raining in Florida and the guy driving his Dodge Ram with bald tires spins out in front of you. This 3-second following distance can be a lifesaver. On the topic of distracted driving, were you aware of the wireless communications while driving law? In Florida, it is illegal to operate a motor vehicle while manually typing or entering multiple letters, numbers, symbols, or other characters into a wireless communications device, or while sending or reading data on such a device for the purpose of non-voice interpersonal communication. This includes texting, emailing, and instant messaging. Handheld use of a wireless communications device is also prohibited in designated school crossing areas, school zones, and active work zones. When do I need to stop for school buses? Well, in Florida, drivers must stop for a school bus when its red lights are flashing and its stop arm is extended, regardless of whether they are traveling in the same direction as the bus or in the opposite direction on a two-lane or multi-lane paved road without a barrier. Drivers on a divided highway must stop if they are behind the bus, but those traveling in the opposite direction do not need to stop if there is a raised barrier or at least 5 feet of unpaved space separating the lanes of traffic.
I'm your phone. Stuck down here between your seat and your console, playing a little hide and seek.
Cold.
Warmer. Warmer.
Boiling. Jackpot. And if you've got cut rate car insurance, you could be picking up these charges yourself.
So get Allstate, where agents help keep you protected from mayhem. Like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
For the first time, we're seeing the view of a deadly crash from inside the truck driver's cab. Sam Hicks got an alert on his phone and looked down for just 8 seconds. 8 seconds at 63 miles an hour resulted in a crash that killed 54-year-old Robert Bursick. Bursick was a professor at North Hennepin Community College and owned Dragonfly Gardens in Amory, Wisconsin. He was also a father.
Having to go into the next room and tell my son that his father was killed in an accident. He immediately started crying, and the first thing he asked me is, will I be able to get a new dad? And that was devastating.
When I think about Mr. Bursick, I think about his family. You definitely don't want to be that person that takes somebody else's life.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
It's an extreme case of distracted driving. A truck driver in Arizona, allegedly looking at pictures on his phone, crashes into police cars and emergency vehicles, killing one officer. That driver has now been charged with murder, and ABC's Lindsay Davis has the story.
Watch closely. That's 33-year-old truck driver Jorge Espinoza on the left of the screen, his wallet blocking the view of his dash camera. His empty fuel tanker is barreling down an Arizona highway at 65 miles an hour when the unthinkable happens. His 10,000-pound 18-wheeler plows right into 3 police cars and 2 fire trucks stopped at an accident scene. In one of those cars, Officer Tim Huffman killed in the violent May 6th crash. Now investigators say this newly released video reveals Espinoza was actually on his phone at the time of the wreck. According to investigators, his cell phone records show he was online looking at Facebook and sites with photographs of several women in provocative positions wearing little clothing. When initially questioned by police, Espinoza said he'd looked away from the road at a passing truck. But see here, there doesn't appear to be any truck. And at the moment of impact, right there, you can see Espinoza's white Galaxy 3 cell phone fly in the air. Police say he intentionally placed his wallet to block the dash camera while he was looking or manipulating his cell phone. Espinoza is now facing 20 felony charges, including second-degree murder. He has pleaded not guilty. In 2011, this truck driver's dash cam caught him talking on the phone before swerving across 4 lanes into a crushing rollover. And in September, this Florida school bus driver was caught with one hand on the wheel and 2 eyes on her phone. In both of those cases, no one was seriously hurt. But unfortunately, in this case, this dangerous distraction caught on camera turned deadly.
Espinoza told police he never uses his phone while driving because it's against company policy. But authorities say this was not a one-time thing, that cell phone records showed he used his phone to look at X-rated sites, YouTube, also Facebook. Facebook while driving in the past. He's due back in court next month, but that video so jarring that if you still do text or peruse pictures in this case, it just might be enough to convince you to stop.
All right.
Anybody that drives a company vehicle for the Des Moines Group or Asphalt Group needs to make sure they are fully aware of the company vehicle use policy. Some key points are: use of that company vehicle is limited to use for work and work only. All personal usage of the company vehicle is not allowed. Only authorized employees may operate that assigned vehicle. Drivers shall check that all required documents are in the vehicle at all times, such as the current registration and insurance card. Any accident or damages shall be reported immediately to the driver's direct report and to the safety department. Any damages incurred during unauthorized use will be the sole responsibility of the assigned driver of the vehicle. Any traffic citations and penalties occurred while driving the company vehicle are the responsibility of the driver. The company will not pay fines associated with driving the vehicle. Multiple citations will result in company driving privileges being revoked for a minimum of 2 years. Drivers are responsible for ensuring that their assigned vehicle is kept clean. Our vehicles represent the company and should be clean accordingly. Seat belts are mandatory while operating the vehicle. This includes all passengers, both front and rear. Vehicle equipment problems or defects must be reported immediately to the equipment manager for immediate or scheduled repairs. Vehicles shall not be used for transporting boats or trailers or hauling items or trash for personal or home use. Vehicles shall be parked in a safe manner and locked after use with work articles stored and secured when the vehicle is not in use to prevent theft. Lastly, all Des Moines and Asphalt Group owned vehicles are equipped with a GPS monitoring device. This device provides real-time information such as immediate vehicle location, history of locations, excess speed, excess idle time, acceleration and deceleration dynamics, and other diagnostic information. If you have not signed this company policy, make sure you do so after this class. Let's talk about road rage. Data shows drivers are getting even more aggressive. Every 18 hours, someone is injured or killed in an act of road rage in the United States. Florida has a high prevalence of road rage incidents, ranking among the states with the most incidents and fatalities. Data from the NHTSA indicates a significant increase in fatal crashes and fatalities related to road rage and aggressive driving, specifically between 2018 and 2021, where fatal crashes were increased by 48% and fatalities by 43%. Road rage shootings have also doubled between 2018 and 22. Aggressive driving was a major factor. Aggressive driving is a significant factor in many accidents in Florida, with reports indicating that it contributes to a substantial percentage of fatal crashes. Tailgating, excessive honking, and brake checking are just some of the examples of road rage seen on Florida roads daily.
You cut me off, you son of a bitch! Get the hell out that car! Get the hell out right now! I'm gonna tear you a new. Come on, get out! I'm gonna beat the. Hey, I didn't know it was you.
You've probably never seen a case of extreme road rage like this. Watch as a furious driver punches his fist right through the window of a pickup truck. Look again, he doesn't even look hurt. The confrontation happened outside Daytona Beach, Florida.
Dude, this guy just got pepper sprayed by this other guy right here.
Photographer Gregory Heck watched the whole thing unfold from a car behind. He says he has no idea what triggered the fight.
2024, over 10% of impaired driving crashes occurred in March, making it the month with the highest number of impaired driving crashes. While impaired driving is not the most significant contributing factor in the majority of traffic crashes, 1 in 3 fatal traffic crashes is the result of an impaired driver. From 2013 to 2023, impaired driving fatalities represented 34.21% of total fatalities. If you get behind the wheel impaired, Florida law enforcement will hold you accountable, said Executive Director Dave Kerner. With many safe alternatives to driving impaired, there is no excuse to threaten your life and others on the roadway. Impaired driving is 100% avoidable, and the devastation it causes impacts numerous individuals and families every year. The Florida Highway Patrol is committed to taking impaired drivers off the road, creating a safer environment for Florida's citizens and visitors. Impaired driving puts everyone at risk and contributes to 1 out of 3 traffic fatalities, said FHP Colonel Gary Howes. Florida state troopers and other law enforcement partners will be on patrol to arrest those who choose to get behind the wheel impaired. Impaired driving injuries and deaths, as well as arrests, are 100% preventable by simply choosing to not drive while impaired. Impairment is preventable. Drivers, passengers, friends, and family members need to understand that impairment can be caused by various factors. It is not only synonymous with alcohol, illegal narcotics, or marijuana. However, there may be the most common examples of such. Other examples of impairment causing substances include prescription medications, over-the-counter sleep medications, or medication that lists drowsiness as a side effect, or a mix of prescription medications and alcohol. The 5 signs of impairment are: under the influence of alcohol and drugs, drivers can experience a slow reaction time, limited short-term memory functions, decreased hand-eye coordination, weakened concentration, and difficulty perceiving time and distance. Since 2020, open container citations issued to passengers have increased by 60%, and those issued to drivers have increased by 40%. Contrary to popular belief, passengers can receive a non-moving violation with an associated fee for possession of an open container. Drivers with an open container face a moving violation, fine, and possible points on their license. Under Florida law, driving under the influence of alcoholic beverages, chemical substances, or controlled substances is one offense, proved by impairment of normal faculties or an unlawful blood alcohol or breath alcohol level of 0.08 or above. The penalties upon conviction are the same, regardless of how the offense is proven. Penalties for DUI include: your driver's license will be revoked for a minimum of 180 days if convicted. If you refuse to take a required roadside test at the time of arrest, your license will be automatically suspended for 1 year. Fines for DUI can range from $500 to $5,000 with mandatory DUI school education. Penalties can include an ignition interlock device, community service, probation, or imprisonment. DUI convictions must remain on your record for 75 years. Always be safe and accountable behind the wheel. Driving impairment puts you and everyone else on the road in danger. Impairment is a choice and is entirely preventable. Never drive impaired. One thing about our line of work is that construction workers get up and are out the door in the early morning hours. Those of us that work at night face a similar issue upon finishing their shift. If you don't get the proper amount of rest, fatigue driving becomes a huge risk. Drowsy driving, also known as fatigue driving, significantly increases the risk of accidents. It occurs when a driver's cognitive function is impaired due to lack of sleep, making them less aware of their surroundings and makes them slower to react. Some of the signs of drowsy driving could be frequent yawning, difficulty keeping your eyes open, trouble remembering the last few miles driven, or missing a road sign, drifting into other lanes, nodding off, or difficulty keeping your head up. Preventing drowsy driving: get enough sleep. Most adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Maintain a consistent sleep schedule. Avoid driving alone. Sometimes having a passenger can help keep you alert and attentive. Take breaks. Avoid alcohol and sedating medications. Be aware of drowsiness times. You are more likely to feel drowsy between 1 to 4 p.m. and 2 to 6 a.m. If you feel drowsy, pull over and take a short nap. A 20-minute nap can help restore alertness. To prevent distracted driving, focus on eliminating these 4 things: visual distractions, manual distractions, auditory distractions, and cognitive distractions. Focus on eliminating visual distractions such as emailing or social media. Keep your eyes on the road. Adjust your mirrors and other settings before starting the drive. Pull over before picking up dropped items. Avoid reaching for those items while driving, which could cause accidents. Manual distractions, such as avoid eating, drinking, or smoking. Limit passenger conversations. Encourage your passengers to be mindful of the need for your attention. Auditory distractions, like turn off or lower the volume of music, podcasts, or audiobooks. Use Bluetooth or other hands-free devices sparingly. Cognitive distractions, like avoid multitasking. Plan your route in advance. Don't drive when upset or fatigued. Don't drive under the influence of drugs or alcohol. And make sure your passengers are aware of the need for your attention. Communicate with passengers about the importance of not being distracted.